My name is Jennifer. I'm the owner of Joy's Educational Services, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, I am a math tutor for students from third grade to Algebra 1. I also provide academic excellence training for students and parent liaison. If you're ever a parent in need of someone to come in and assist you in a parent-teacher conference, or just to help understand all the data that is thrown at you and what is going on with your child currently in school, I'm the person. This is my very first YouTube video, and I kind of just wanted to give you guys a feel of who I am. What do I come on YouTube and TikTok to talk about? So, no, I don't really provide tutoring services on TikTok, but I like to just have conversations about things that are current trends in education, things that are going on in the classroom, documents that you may receive as parents, questions that parents have asked me, conversations that I've had with parents, and just kind of hit on that and give you guys a feel for who I am and what I'm about. So this morning I had a conversation with a parent about the recent test scores here in Florida. So if you're from Florida, you know that our students take the FAST test, and I was just talking about how they changed the bell curve, and that really affected a lot of our students' scores. How do we look at that? Like, how do you feel about that? I know for me, as a parent, it was a shock because I wasn't aware that it happened. Um, so when I wrote down my son's scores, I gave him some goals, and we kind of discussed, where do we want to be. I always know that the second testing in the middle of the year is always typically a little bit lower than where the student is actually going to perform by the end of the year. So when he got his score back and I went to write it on his mirror so he could see it, I was shocked because PM1 scores were different from PM2 scores. So again, like I said, they changed the bell curve. And as a parent, you might not know that. And if you're keeping track of your student scores, you're looking like, what is going on? So what do you do with that information? Like, how do we use this information to better us as parents and as teachers? So for me, the my how I use testing with my son and his scores is they're just markers for him. So they're markers that he can use and visually track himself on his own. Um, but what does that mean for parents who are getting these? You're getting this form home. They're telling you, okay, your child is below grade level. Your child is not performing at their appropriate level. How do you work with that? And it's very confusing. And I really feel like if you're a parent that doesn't understand, you need to reach out to a parent liaison. You need to reach out to a tutor. You need to reach out to an educator. And it might not be your child's teacher. It could be. But it's really to get that detailed information of what do you need to be working on at home that can help your child go from a level 1 to a level 2, a level 2 to a level 3, a level 1 to a level 4. It doesn't even matter. You never know your child's potential. So for me, my students do IXL, we do other assessments that give a deeper dive into the specific areas of which your student or your child may be struggling in. So what is that information that you have? For me, that information is the headache. Okay, that's the reason that you go to the doctor. That's the reason that you go and request a parent teacher conference. That's the reason that you seek out after school tutoring or a private tutor to figure out what exactly your child needs. So, you as a parent, if you're not in education, you might not understand how to break down those standards and what prior standards they might need. So, I like to dive deeper, okay? Because your child on some of these tests may show that they're scoring below grade level because they got stuck in a specific area. So they could be below grade level in or significantly below grade level in one area, let's say fractions. They may be a little bit higher in number sense. They may be a little bit in the middle when it comes to algebraic reasoning. When you combine all of those together, you get an average score that puts them below grade level. So I don't want you to think too much about it. But if you are struggling, if you notice that your child is on the state standard performing below grade level, then yes, reach out to somebody, get some help, find out what you can do. I do want to let you know that clearly there is a pandemic, an epidemic, something going on in the United States. Where just looking at test scores overall, when you look at fourth grade test scores, they are significantly lower in 2023 than they were in 2019. Can that have something to do with COVID? Of course. What can you do to help? You can find those extra resources. And that doesn't mean that it has to be a tutor. So I am a tutor, and of course, I'd love for you to send your child to me, but I'm not selling that. That I want you to find whatever resources your child needs. And if you have the time, do your research, find some programs that you can do at home. There are lots of programs that will test your child before, and you can see what exactly you can do at home to try to strengthen those areas, those gaps. Okay, so remember, it's not saying that they overall are performing below grade level. Your child could be really high in some areas and really low in another area, and that combined score, just like your GPA, will show that they're below grade level. All right. Take that tidbit of information. I hope that you return back. I'll come back with a new topic, some new things that we can discuss.